Okay, the next thing is about the life cycle in plants. Okay, so that is nothing but how plants will complete their life cycle. It means once their plant body is produced, after that how it reproduce, how again a new plant body is produced, the overall sequences that takes place, or overall changes that takes place during the lifespan of the plant body. Okay, and one plant body lifespan ಅಲ್ಲಿ overall sequences ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. It means how it grows, how it produces gametes, or how it produces spores, or what those spores will germinate to, or what gametes will do. So all those things together will collectively called as the life cycle in a plant body. Okay, see, plants usually they possess, majority of the plants usually they possess two phases in their life cycle. Okay, so one phase will produce a gamete and another phase will produce a spores. There are two forms can be seen in the life cycle of a plant body. So one can produce a gametes and another can produce a spores. And both of the forms they are alternating with each other. So majorly the gamete producing plant is what is called as a gametophyte, isn't it? The gamete producing plant is what is called as a gametophyte. Gametophyta. Phyta means plant. And whereas the spore producing plant is what is known as a sporophyte. There are two forms can be seen, one is a gametophyte and another one is a sporophyte. The gamete producing plant is what is called as a gametophyte and spore producing plant is what is called as a sporophyte. Okay, so in some plants both of the forms which are alternating with each other. It means a life cycle of a plant that is having two forms, one is a gametophyte, another one is a sporophyte, and they are alternating with each other. It means once it produces a gametophyte, the gametophyte plant body that produces a gamete, the gametes will fuse together forming the zygote, and later the zygote that develops into a sporophyte. Okay, so where in some plants, some groups of plants taken as bryophytes, where the gametophyte is a dominant plant body because it is independent, it is photosynthetic, it is visible or conspicuous plant body, that is the gametophyte and that is dominant. Okay, but whereas in case of the pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperm, where the sporophytic plant body is a dominant, which is green, photosynthetic, independent, dominant plant body in the life cycle, that is the sporophyte, isn't it? So where gametophyte is dependent on the sporophytic plant body, or it may be free living also in case of the pteridophytes. Okay, but whereas in gymnosperms and angiosperm the gametophyte is dependent, purely it is dependent on the sporophytic plant body. But you compare with the bryophytes, where in bryophytes gametophytic plant body is a dominant, sporophyte is dependent, it is purely dependent or it is partially dependent. But whereas in case of the pteridophytes gametophyte is free living or it may be dependent. But in gymnosperms and in the angiosperms, totally gametophytic plant body is dependent on the sporophyte. But whereas in algae, some of the algae, only the advanced members of the algae, so they possess the two distinct phases in the life cycle, the gametophyte and the sporophyte. But in most of the members of the algae, the sporophytic phase is represented only by the zygote. Okay, the zygote that represents the sporophytic phase in most of the algae, and that zygote that divides by meiosis and produces a spores, and spores can germinate and produces a new algae. Okay, hence zygote that represents the sporophytic phase in most of the algae. But there are only algae which are advanced members, they show two distinct phases like a gametophytic phase and a sporophytic phase. Okay, so whatever it may be the group of the plant, all those plants they possess a life cycle. During that they reproduce, okay, by producing the gametes or by producing the spores they reproduce, and they includes the two forms, the sporophytic phase and the gametophytic phase. You remember the sporophytic phase and the gametophytic phase which are alternating with each other. They are alternating. Once there is a gametophyte and there is a sporophyte, gametophyte and a sporophyte, the two forms in the life cycle they alternates with each other, and that is what is called as the alternation of generation. The two forms in a life cycle, alternation of generation, the two forms in a life cycle which are alternating with each other, and that is regarded as alternation of generation. So one comes after the other. Okay, that is regarded as alternation of generation. Okay, so let us look into different forms of life cycle, and we see in algae or a bryophyte or a pteridophyte or gymnosperms or the angiosperms. Okay, for example, in algae the life cycle is said to be haplontic life cycle. In most of the algae the life cycle is said to be haplontic. What is this haplontic life cycle? See the life cycle in which it includes a dominant haploid phase. Here the haploid phase is dominant. You remember that is based on the number of chromosomes. If they are having single set of chromosome, if the plant body is haploid in nature with a single set of chromosome, and if that is dominant, such a life cycle is said to be haplontic. Haplontic means the life cycle with a dominant haploid phase. Haploid phase is a dominant, it means that is visible or conspicuous and that is photosynthetic in nature, which is independent, that is a dominant phase. If the dominant phase is haploid in nature, such a life cycle is said to be haplontic life cycle. For example, in most of the algae where the life cycle is haplontic, exception for few, for example like algae fucus where it exhibits the diplontic phase. So let us look into what is a haplontic life cycle here. See, in algae also the plant body is gametophyte. The gametophytic plant body, this is a dominant one and this is a photosynthetic one and this is independent form, where this gametophytic plant body which is haploid in nature. Okay, this haploid gametophytic plant body, it produces the gametes, the male and female gametes, male gametes and female gametes. It produces male and female gametes by means of mitosis. There is no chances of meiosis during the formation of gametes. It produces gametes by means of mitosis. Okay, again these two gametes they fuse together and forming the diploid structure, what is called as a zygote. See, in these members, as I said earlier, the zygote that represents a sporophytic phase. There is no two distinct forms like gametophyte and the sporophyte, but the sporophytic phase here it is restricted to, in lower algae, I am telling about the lower algae, the sporophytic phase is restricted to the zygote stage. Okay, so the fusion of gametes, that is nothing but the fertilization that results in the formation of the zygote. That results in the formation of the zygote, and zygote is that only diploid phase can be seen, and it is the dependent one. It is not independent or it is not photosynthetic. It is a single cell, okay, with a diploid number of chromosomes. It means with the two sets of chromosomes. And this diploid zygote, it undergone meiosis. Remember, zygotic meiosis can be seen in most of the algae. It undergone meiosis where it produces the spores, okay. So the spores are haploid again, they are haploid in nature. Even gametes are also haploid because they are producing from the haploid plant body by means of mitosis. Okay, and these spores they again produce a haploid gametophytic plant body. They again produce haploid gametophytic plant body, as the haploid plant body is dominant here, hence the life cycle is said to be haplontic. Because haploid plant body is dominant, hence the life cycle is what is called as the haplontic life cycle. Okay. So where the gametophytic plant body, this is a dominant one and that is haploid, produces the gametes by means of mitosis, where male and female gametes they fuse together forming the zygote. That process is what is called as fertilization, and zygote will undergo meiosis. That is nothing but the reductional cell division, and that results in the formation of the spores, and spores on germination again that produces a gametophyte. This is a haplontic life cycle. Okay, and there is a diplontic life cycle can be seen in algae. So for example, an algae called as fucus, where it exhibits the diplontic life cycle. It means the diploid phase is dominant here. Literally, just like the gymnosperms and the angiosperm, the diploid phase is dominant. Okay, andre dominant agi independent ಆಗಿರಂತ phase ಯಾವುದು diploid nature, diploid phase dominant. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ fucus that exhibit the diplontic life cycle. Okay, but most of the algae they exhibit haplontic life cycle. And also, for example, an algae called as Polysiphonia. Remember, this is a member of Rhodophyceae, means a red algae. Polysiphonia. This algae exhibit triphasic life cycle. Triphasic. It means there are three phases can be seen in the life cycle. So a gametophytic phase and the two sporophytic phases can be seen here. So a gametophyte, and where the two sporophytes like tetrasporophyte, then carposporophyte, and whereas the gametophyte. Okay, there are three phases can be seen in the life cycle. Three phases can be seen in the life cycle, like tetrasporophyte, carposporophyte and gametophyte. Hence the life cycle in Polysiphonia it is triphasic. It includes three phases. Life cycle in fucus it is said to be diplontic because diploid phase is dominant here, hence the life cycle is what is called as diplontic. Okay, and remember another thing, if the two forms in the life cycle, the sporophyte and the gametophyte, if they are morphologically similar, if they resemble one another, okay, such a kind of life cycle is what is called as isomorphic alternation of generation. Isomorphic or homomorphic. Isomorphic alternation of generation or homomorphic alternation of generation. Homomorphic. Homo means same, or iso that also the same meaning, isomorphic or homomorphic alternation of generation. It means both the sporophyte as well as the gametophyte are the two alternative forms in a life cycle if they resemble each other morphologically. The sporophyte and the gametophyte, if they resemble each other morphologically, such a kind of generation, alternation of generation is what is called as isomorphic or homomorphic alternation of generation. Okay. Then, if the two forms in the life cycle, if they are dissimilar, this can be seen, isomorphic alternation of generation can be seen in algae, but whereas the two forms in the life cycle, if they are dissimilar, the sporophyte and gametophyte which are dissimilar in nature, which do not resemble each other, such a condition is what is called as heteromorphic alternation of generation. Heteromorphic. Hetero means different. Morphic means morphologically. The sporophyte and the gametophyte which are morphologically dissimilar. Okay. Such a form or such an alternation of generation is what is called as heteromorphic alternation of generation. Both the sporophyte and the gametophyte which doesn't resemble each other, they are different from one another. That is what is called as a heteromorphic alternation of generation that can be seen in bryophytes, pteridophytes, the gymnosperms as well as in the angiosperms. Okay. So this is about the life cycle in algae. That is, most of the algae they possess haplontic life cycle, mainly because the plant body is haploid in nature. Okay. So then, when it comes to the life cycle of bryophytes, see the life cycle in bryophytes, as you know that the dominant plant body is nothing but the gametophyte, you know. In bryophytes also the dominant plant body is gametophyte, and this gametophytic plant body, that is haploid in nature, that bears the sex organs like antheridia. The gametophytic plant body bears the sex organs like antheridia. You know, antheridia is a male sex organ, and whereas it bears archegonia. Antheridia and archegonia, whereas archegonia is a female sex organ. Okay. Antheridia that produces anthrozoids. Antheridia produces the anthrozoids. Anthrozoids are nothing but the male gametes. Antheridia produces anthrozoids. Anthrozoids are nothing but the male gametes. Whereas archegonia that produces an egg. Egg is nothing but the female gamete. All those features are haploid in nature because mainly they are produced by means of the haploid plant body purely by means of mitosis, not by means of meiosis. There is no chance of meiosis here because the dominant plant body is haploid in nature. Okay. So whereas antheridia produces anthrozoids or male gametes, archegonia produces the egg or the female gamete. Antheridia, anthrozoids and the egg that results in the fusion of the formation of the zygote. The fertilization results in the formation of the zygote, and the zygote is diploid in nature. Remember, this is a diploid one because that is a result of fusion of two haploid gametes, n plus n, that results in 2n. Okay, hence zygote is diploid in nature. Whereas this diploid zygote that later develops into embryo. So where these plants they produce embryo. Embryo is absent in algae, remember that. The zygote will produce embryo purely by means of mitosis. Okay, there is no meiosis again here. There is no zygotic meiosis in bryophytes. It produces embryo, and embryo that develops into sporophyte. Embryo that develops into sporophyte. Here the sporophyte in bryophytes, it is either totally dependent or it is partially dependent on the gametophyte. Okay. So sporophyte is a diploid feature, and this diploid sporophyte that produces the spores. The diploid sporophyte, it produces spores by means of meiosis. Remember, the meiosis that takes place here, that is during the formation of the spores. So diploid sporophytic plant body produces the spores by means of meiosis. And these haploid spores, they again germinate and produces a gametophytic plant body. Haploid spores, they germinate and produces the gametophytic plant body. Okay. So, hence, as the life cycle includes two phases, the gametophyte and the sporophyte. One is haploid, another one is diploid. Both are very important here. Even sporophyte is visible here, but it is either partially dependent or it is totally dependent. But whereas in algae, remember, in most of the algae, the sporophytic stage is represented by zygote only. But here, the case is the zygote that develops into the sporophyte. Hence, the two forms can be seen in the life cycle. One is a gametophyte, another one is a sporophyte. The haploid gametophyte alternates with the diploid sporophyte. Hence, the life cycle in bryophytes as well as in pteridophytes is what is said to be haplodiplontic life cycle. Haplodiplontic. Because haplo means the haploid gametophyte. Diplontic means the diploid sporophyte. Again, haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte which are alternating with each other. Hence, the life cycle is said to be haplodiplontic. Haplodiplontic. Haplodiplontic life cycle can be seen in bryophytes as well as in pteridophytes. Haplodiplontic life cycle. Because both the gametophyte and the sporophyte, they are two different forms. Heteromorphic alternation of generation. They do not resemble one another. Heteromorphic alternation of generation, but the difference in the bryophytes and the pteridophyte, whereas in pteridophytes the dominant plant body is sporophyte, that is independent. But in case of the bryophytes, the dominant plant body is gametophyte, that is an independent one, that is haploid in nature. And this haploid plant body produces bears the sex organs like Antheridia and Archegonia. They produces the gametes respectively, male gametes and the female gametes. Fused together, the fertilization results in the formation of the zygote, and zygote that develops into embryo, and where embryo that develops into sporophyte. So zygote, embryo, sporophyte all are diploid in nature. Hence the diploid sporophytic plant body produces the haploid spores, by means of meiosis. Okay. So hence the spores, haploid spores will germinate and develop a haploid gametophyte. Hence, as the life cycle includes two forms, the gametophyte, equally important forms, two equally important forms. Okay. The gametophyte, the haploid gametophyte and the diploid sporophyte. Hence the life cycle alternates with the haploid phase and the diploid phase. Hence it is considered as haplodiplontic. The life cycle is considered in bryophytes as haplodiplontic. Okay. So this is about the life cycle of bryophytes. Okay. Again, when it comes to the pteridophytes, in pteridophytes there are two forms can be seen. One is homosporic pteridophytes and another one is heterosporic pteridophytes. Okay. So here I am writing the life cycle of a pteridophyte considered as a homosporic pteridophyte. Okay, pteridophyte, the life cycle in pteridophytes. So you know that the pteridophytic life cycle where the dominant plant body in pteridophyte is sporophyte, isn't it? So that is an independent form. It is independent, it is photosynthetic, it doesn't depend on the gametophytic plant body. Hence sporophyte is a diploid feature. It is a diploid feature and it is a independent form, the dominant form in the life cycle. Okay. So sporophyte. And this sporophyte, I am talking about the homosporous pteridophytes. If I consider the heterosporous pteridophyte, you have to write the two forms of spores like microspores and megaspores. Okay. But when we consider the homosporous pteridophytes, so they bear only one kind of the spores. Okay. The sporophytic plant body that bear the sporangia. You know what is the sporangia? That is nothing but the spore bearing structure. Heterosporous pteridophytes consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ತರ spores ಬರಿಬೇಕು, microspores ಮತ್ತೆ megaspores, because they are producing two kinds of spores. But when we consider the homosporous plant body, they produce only one kind of spore. The diploid sporophytic plant body, the dominant one that bear the sporangia, and that sporangia that produces the spores. It produces the spores by means of meiosis. By means of meiosis, it produces the spores. Okay. So hence spores are haploid in nature. The spores here they are haploid in nature, and this spore that germinate and produces a gametophyte. Remember here gametophyte is also called as a prothallus. It germinates and produces the gametophyte, and gametophyte is also considered as a prothallus. Okay. Gametophyte is also haploid in nature. Here the gametophytic plant body is also haploid in nature, and this haploid gametophyte that bears the sex organs like Antheridia, remember the male sex organ, Antheridia, the male sex organ, and Archegonia, this is nothing but the female sex organ. Antheridia and Archegonia, this is the female sex organ. So both of them they produce a gametes like anthrozoids, and whereas the Archegonia that produces the egg, that nothing but that produces the egg, and where the fusion that results in the formation of the zygote, the fusion of the anthrozoid and the egg that results in the formation of the zygote, and here the zygote that develops into embryo, and again the embryo that develops into the sporophyte. Then what are the haploid features here? Spores are haploid, gametophyte is haploid, gametes are haploid. Haploid gametophytic plant body that produce gametes by means of mitosis, not by means of meiosis. Gametophyte is haploid, gametes are haploid, the sex organs are also haploid, then gametes are haploid, anthrozoids and the egg, they are haploid in nature. But the diploid features are zygote. Count the number of diploid features. Zygote is diploid, then embryo is diploid, sporophyte is diploid, sporangia is diploid. Okay, and the 4 diploid phases can be seen here. Then You see the haploid phases, spores, gametophytes, sex organs and gametes, they are haploid. Again 4 haploid phases can be seen. Here also the diploid and the haploid phases, they are alternating with each other. So remember, the gametophyte in the pteridophytes, it may be saprophytic in nature, or sometimes it may be photosynthetic, it means the autotrophic in nature, or it may be a saprophytic gametophyte, or it may depend on the sporophyte in case of heterosporous pteridophytes. Okay. So where here the haploid gametophytic plant alternates with the diploid sporophyte, but the difference between the bryophyte and the pteridophytes, here the sporophyte is a dominant plant body, that is green and photosynthetic and independent one. This is a dominant plant body. The dominant sporophytic plant body produces the spores by means of meiosis. Spores germinate to produce a gametophyte. Here also the two distinct phases in the life cycle. One is the sporophyte, another one is a gametophyte. So they are alternating with each other. Hence, the two important forms in the life cycle, one is diploid, another one is haploid. Here also the life cycle is said to be haplodiplontic. Haplodiplontic. But diploid dominant ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೇರಿಸಬಹುದು. ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಕ್. ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ first we can include diplo. Then after that we can include haplontic, because sporophyte ಬಂದು spores ಬಂದು gametophyte ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Sporophyte diploid ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ can be considered as diplohaplantic, but both are same. Haplodiplantic or diplohaplantic, both are same. That is nothing but the life cycle includes a diploid phase and a haploid phase. Ashtene eradu same meaning, both the meaning which are same, haplodiplantic or diplohaplantic, both are same. But here the diploid phase is dominant. Both the pteridophytes and bryophytes, they possess similar life cycle, that is haplodiplantic life cycle, but the difference between them, wherein bryophyte, the haploid plant body is dominant and that is gametophyte, wherein pteridophytes, diploid plant body is dominant and that is a sporophyte. Okay, so this is about the life cycle of pteridophytes. Homosporous. Difference ಏನು, heterosporous ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. heterosporous ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಗೈನ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎರಡು ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ 2 ಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ ಎರಡು ಬರೀತೀವಿ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್. Antheridia, Archegonia, Anthrozoids, egg, zygote, embryo, that is everything is same, but the only difference is 2 kinds of sporangia, 2 kinds of spores and 2 kinds of gametophyte. ಎರಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರು, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಾ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್, ಮೇಲ್ gametophyte, female gametophyte, which are separate. Okay, so in case of heterosporous pteridophytes, but this is a life cycle of a homosporous pteridophytes. Okay. Then when we see the life cycle in gymnosperms, gymnospermic life cycle ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, where in gymnosperms also the dominant plant body is sporophyte and that is a diploid one. The gymnospermic life cycle in gymnosperms. In gymnosperms also the diploid plant body, the dominant one, that is sporophyte. Okay, from pteridophytes onwards the plant body is sporophyte and this is diploid in nature. Okay, this diploid sporophytic plant body that produces male and female cones, male cone and female cone, because all gymnosperms and angiosperms, they are heterosporous in nature. Okay, only few pteridophytes are heterosporous, but other pteridophytes are homosporous. Both of the forms can be seen in the pteridophytes, but the gymnosperms and angiosperms, they are purely heterosporous in nature. So they produce male and female cone. So male cone that bear microsporophyll, male cone that consists of microsporophyll, and whereas the female cone that consists of megasporophyll. Okay, whereas microsporophyll that bear microsporangia, microsporophyll that bear microsporangia, and whereas the megasporophyll that bear megasporangia. Megasporangia is nothing but the ovule. Megasporangia is nothing but the ovule. Okay, so microsporangia that produces microspores. Microsporangia produce microspores, they are nothing but the pollen grains. Here also they are called as pollen grains. And whereas the megasporangia that encloses the archegonia. Megasporangia, that is nothing but the ovule, ovule here that encloses the archegonia. Okay. Okay, the male cone that bears the microsporophylls and female cone that bears the megasporophylls. Microsporophyll encloses a microsporangia, megasporophyll encloses a megasporangia. Okay, then microsporangia bears a microspores, they are nothing but the pollen grains, and whereas the megasporangia, it is nothing but the ovule that encloses the archegonia. So where the male gametophyte is represented by the male gametes, male gametophyte is represented by male ಅಂದ್ರೆ pollen grain ಇದ್ದು pollen grain germination ಆಗಿ pollen germination ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ male gametophyte ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೀಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಏಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಬಟ್ ಟೆರಡೋಫೈಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರಯೋಫೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಗೆಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಏಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸೋಂಥದ್ದು. Gametophyte ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, it is too much reduced, it is microscopic in nature, both in angiosperms as well as in gymnosperms. Okay, so where the archegonia that bears a female gamete, that nothing but the egg. It means the gametophytic phase is represented by the gametes. Gametes will represent the gametophytic phase. The male and female gametes, they fuse together forming the zygote that develops into embryo. So where here there is another form, that is what is called as a seed. The embryo will encloses the seed, and seed that germinates the seed encloses the embryo. The seed will encloses the embryo, and that seed germinates to produce the sporophyte, the dominant sporophytic plant body. Okay, so this is the life cycle of the gymnospermic plant. A gymnospermic plant that bear male and female cone. Male cone consists of microsporophylls, female cones consists of megasporophylls. Microsporophyll produce microsporangia, megasporophyll produce megasporangia. So microsporangia encloses some microspores, megasporangia encloses the archegonia. Archegonia that resemble or bears the female gamete, where pollen grains will germinate and produce a male gamete. So here the gametes will represent the gametophytic phase. So where the zygote, they fuse together forming zygote that develops into embryo. All of them they enclose within the seed, and seed that germinates to produce the sporophytic plant body in gymnosperm. Here the dominant plant body is diploid, hence the life cycle is said to be diplontic. The life cycle is said to be diplontic. The life cycle in angiosperms as well as in gymnosperms, the life cycle is said to be diplontic life cycle. Okay, so this is about, because diplontic ಯಾಕೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೆಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಟೋಟಲಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಕ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ about the life cycle of angiosperms. Angiospermic life cycle ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, so the angiosperms are also sporophytic plants, heterosporous plants. So where the dominant plant body in angiosperms, life cycle in angiosperm, that is nothing but the sporophyte. Here the dominant plant body is sporophyte, and that is diploid in nature. Okay, this diploid sporophytic plant body in angiosperm that reproduce by producing the flower. It produces the flower. So one additional structure in ಇಲ್ಲಿ flower ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ, flower that bear, as I said, the male and female reproductive organs like the androecium and the gynoecium. So ಈ stamens and pistil ಅಂತಾನೆ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. Stamen, the male reproductive organ, and whereas this is the pistil. Pistil is nothing but the female reproductive organ. Okay, so stamen that produces the microspores. Stamen produces microspores. Microspores are nothing but the pollen grains. Microspores are nothing but the pollen grains, whereas pistil that produces where ovule is found inside the pistil. Okay, so where that produces the ovule found inside the pistil, that produces the egg. Okay, so pollen grains germinates and produce male gametes. Pollen grains will germinate and produce male gametes. So here I will write as a ovule. ಇದನ್ನ ovule ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Ovule, pistil encloses the ovule. It means it found within the ovary, where the ovule that produces that encloses the female gamete. Okay, so where the egg and the male gametes, they fuse together forming the zygote. And that zygote develops into embryo, and all of them they are found inside the seed, and seed germinate and produces a sporophytic plant body. ಮತ್ತೆ seed ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, germinate ಆಗಿ sporophytic plant body ನ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ So sporophyte, here the diploid plant body, that is the dominant one that produces a flower. You know, flower will bear the androecium and gynoecium, the male and female reproductive part, like stamen and the pistil. Stamen that produces the microspores or pollen grains, whereas pistil that encloses the ovule. Microspores means pollen grains, they germinates and produces a male gamete. Here also the gametophytic stage is reduced and it is microscopic in nature, whereas the ovule that encloses the egg. The male gametes and the egg are the embryo sac. In case of ovule, it is said to be embryo sac or female gametophyte found within the ovule, and it is microscopic in nature. Whereas the male gametophyte is represented by the male gametes. So egg and male gametes fuse together forming the zygote. So zygote is diploid. Okay. So where that results in the formation of embryo, and embryo is found within the seed. Embryo that is found within the seed, and seed that germinates and produces a diploid sporophytic plant body. Here also the diploid phase is sporophyte. The dominant phase is sporophyte. Hence the life cycle in angiosperms is also called as diplontic life cycle, because the dominant phase is diploid one. Hence the life cycle is considered as diplontic life cycle. Okay. So this is about the life cycle of angiosperm, and that's all about the life cycle of different groups of plants. Okay, like haplontic life cycle, haplodiplontic life cycle, so then diplontic life cycle. So for homomorphic or isomorphic alternation of generation, then heteromorphic alternation of generation. Okay, so then triphasic life cycle can be seen in some of the algae. Okay, so all about this is the life cycle. So ನಿಮಗೆ examination ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 marks ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So this is important question for 3 marks. Define or what is alternation of generation and write a note on the life cycle of the plants. Okay, this is all about the life cycle. Thank you.